We went from Deltaville to Solomon and stay one night at Solomon at Calvert's Marina. It sure was hot. It was between 90 and 100 degrees. So this made a nice transient stop where we could plug in and have some air conditioning on. And tomorrow we're going to set out for Oxford, Maryland. Calvert Marina, a working boatyard. We have transient trips on the floating docks. We're out there on the end. A nice stay, $1 a foot, including electric for an extra $10. And 80 acres. 80 acres of boats and docks. Incredible. Calverton dock, floating dock, and now we're heading to the Spring Cove Marina where they have a fuel dock. Next stop, some fuel. Time for some fuel. We timed our morning to leave about 9:30 in order to catch the best current north on the Chesapeake Bay. Leaving Solomon's Island, nice stay at Calvert's Marina. Stop for fuel, and we're on our way, heading north from the Chesapeake Bay. Leaving Solomon Island, heading out into the Chesapeake. Leaving here, it feels like we're in the British Virgin Islands. It has that feel with those steep cliffs over there. You can see the route that we'll be following the magenta line from Solomon to Oxford. Heading north on the bay, we saw Cove Point gas terminal. It was huge. A beautiful day on the Chesapeake Bay.
Where's he going?
I don't know, maybe he saw a dolphin. Thank you, Nancy. Wow. Tomato and what?
Just tomato sandwich.
Tomato sandwiches. Cool. Dachshund on the Chesapeake Bay. Just like the dog video, right? As we're approaching Oxford, you can see the aids to navigation. These are some large buoys as we are approaching Oxford. And you can see on the chart, just to the starboard bow, the red markers in the channel. And we're making our way onto the Chesapeake River. And then we'll hang a left and go north up the Tred Avon River. And this is a view of the river as you approach. And you can see how we're going to go up and down. And we'll be going down the Town Creek is where we will be heading. Another view here. Getting ready. Going to make that turn onto Town
Approaching
Creek.
Oxford, and we see our navionics, and we're going to hang a right at the red, and we can see in the distance the green and the red, which will take us down Town Creek. Awesome.
Here we show that we just entered the Town Creek.
Pretty exciting, approaching Oxford. Always fun to visit a new place and navigate the waters that you've never been on. Following in the channel, following our chart.
Motoring down Town Creek. Beautiful view looking aft. from where we came. Nancy enjoying the view. Just working our way slowly down the creek. Gotta get to the end, to Oxford Yacht Agency. And you can see on the chart they are at the end of the creek.
It sure is beautiful. Oxford.
Well, we left around 9:30, and here we are arriving around 2:30 in the afternoon. So it took us about 5 hours at a 7-knot clip, and it was a beautiful ride. I really enjoyed it.
Delilah is a full time.
Yes, she is.
It's dog time.
Yes,
Dog time here.
As we've learned, it's not about boats and water, it's about dogs and people. And here we had an opportunity to meet someone because we have our dogs with us and taking them for a nice walk. We enjoyed the mornings here in Oxford where I would take Simba for a nice long walk. We went to Doc's Sunset Grill.
Oxford, Maryland.
Had that Key West vibe. The Dockside Grill was within walking distance of where we were, and we were treated to this Key West vibe, or I should say the Keys, right? Just that tropical feel. It had the music going, and it was great. And back to the boat. It was interesting here at the end of the creek is a counting house, because at the bitter end of the creek here is the commercial fishermen and their boats for going out crabbing, which is, of course, the popular thing in Maryland. The counting house was historical, and that's why it's still there. It's there as a piece of history, and they're full of history. Look, it dates back to 1683. This is a view of the end of the creek, and you can see the commercial crabbing boats. We also had a nice lunch with John of Oxford Yacht Agency.
Where are we? We're in a park.
We're in a park.
In Oxford, Maryland. So let me just, right on the waterfront, they have this beautiful park.
This is a dinghy dock where Simba and I met a couple. They were anchored out in the distance. Apparently it's a popular place to anchor on Town Creek, and then you're plopped
Beautiful
right in the middle
morning in
of
Oxford, Maryland.
at this dinghy
Simba and
dock.
I took a walk, and true to form, with a dog, you meet people. So I just met Scott and Sue from the sailboat at Anchor, and I'm at this municipal dock, a dinghy dock. So I learned where to anchor here in Oxford, and what a beautiful morning. Thank goodness for dogs and boats and people. Beautiful morning, Oxford. 5 boats anchored out in this anchorage. I see a number of mooring balls as well, but it does show on the chart as an anchorage. Hey, Simba. Simba taking a beautiful walk, right, Sim? In Oxford, Maryland. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful place. So relaxed and quiet. Just awesome.
Oxford Bellevue Ferry. So at the end of the street in Oxford, you could catch this ferry to Bellevue.
This is the ferry landing. There's the ferry. And according to the sign that we saw, it goes every 15 to 20 minutes. And it's coming over here. And it comes from a town called Bellevue. Famous Robert Morris Inn and Tavern. On the bottom of the sign says established 1710. Wow. Hopefully we'll go check out their bar tonight. Oh, tavern and tap room. Guess we gotta come here later. And it's a Friday night.
We got to the tavern early, 5 o'clock. Figure on happy hour, because usually we'll meet people at happy hour, some of the local folks, and learn more about the area. Apparently, we were the only ones who showed up for happy hour on a Friday night. I will add, we had a nice conversation with the bartenders at the tavern and got a little local history about the area as well.
5:43 a.m. Getting ready to leave. Walk the dogs, and then we head on out. Beautiful morning.
Our original plan was to head north to about Rock Hall, Maryland, and then work our way up to the Chesapeake C&D Canal. But plans do change. So we take off at 6:50 a.m. Departure. We enjoyed a few days in Oxford, 3 nights.
Yacht Agency.
Up there's the dinghy dock that we showed you earlier. But it looks like we're going to head up
Leaving
to
Oxford,
the C&D
heading out
Canal,
to Tred
because Sunday
Avon River.
should be
Here, I
the
think
best
this
day
is,
to cross the Delaware Bay.
a marina. We just passed DeMilo's. There's an anchorage out here. Oxford Yacht Agency all the way at the end. And this is Safe Harbor Marina over here. Foggy morning, so we're going to take it slow.
Next on our adventure, Oxford to Summit North on the C&D Canal. 7 Knot Mike, out.